So
better now than later.
Yep. Views expressed on this show are, you know, whatever. Don't necessarily reflect those of
Not
Axe Ministry,
necessarily.
Axe Media Group, and or their affiliates and sponsors. The views expressed are for entertainment purposes only, because it's Johnny Rooster and
That's
Dennis,
right.
and neither one of us are quite right in the head. So take it with a grain of salt, and hopefully you can enjoy. Big part of it is we're experimenting with different streaming options,
Yes.
so that when we can't get in the studios and stuff, we can do it. Johnny is safely driving with a social distance between all other vehicles, so that he does not share COVID with them. Also has his windows rolled up and is only breathing his own aromas. So without further ado, here's Johnny Rooster.
Good morning, everybody. And we know it's been a delay here, but it's a nice experiment. And thank you for putting up with process to learn as we look at options, remote, I guess you could say, on a way to make a broadcast, a simulcast, from a different location than we normally do. The Matt and Jay were there, as you might have seen, in the morning drive. And now my slot comes up at 9 a.m., so we're here promptly closer to 9:30 this morning. I'm seeing like a decent video. And are you hearing me all right, Dennis?
I think it's working okay. There was a little bit of clicking going along, but I think we're okay. It might be where your microphone is. Is it on your cord?
Or are
you using the mic?
I'm just using the device, so I don't have an external mic. That might be it. I'm using the earbuds. Is that a good idea?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, because otherwise we get feedback. So yeah, it seems to be going okay. There's a little bit of clicking, but it's not that bad. So
when you get feedback, you need positive feedback, not negative feedback, but all feedback.
Yes,
that's what we do.
And if there's a horse nearby, you don't want too much feed on your back, or he might knock you over.
No, break his back. So we have a lot of fun. The show is normally with a guest, and Dennis, you could be a guest. You're always welcome in my home. I'll be a guest. And that's because of your necessity here too. That's a good reason for you being around. You have more than an average number of books at your library, so
yeah, no doubt.
You are the bookstore. And Dennis, you've been a bookstore guy. You know, you've brought it to you brought yourself a bookstore to where you live.
Yep. Yeah, I've been doing used books since I was 21, when we would go behind the Walmarts and go in their dumpster and pull out the books that they'd tear the covers off to get credit for them and throw them in the dumpster, and then we would pull them out and go sell them at the at the flea market. And I was a dumpster diver. We go where people threw out trash and pick up the trash. And I'm going to turn your volume off for a second because it's getting all the road noises. So your volume's off right now till you get to a little bit quieter location. But yeah, I'm a trash picker from way back. That's how I got into books. I just don't like seeing something of value being lost. So we would go behind, get the Walmart dumpsters, hit the people would put out their trash on trash night, go look for people that had yard sales and stuff. Of course, people sometimes ask what the coolest thing we found in the trash was. I found a gold coin from the, I think it was the 14 or 1500s once. So that was pretty cool. It doesn't seem like it's making it to Facebook. I'm not sure why the stream's not on Facebook, but it is on YouTube. So we're good on that. Let me check your volume now.
Antique Barber Shop.
Oh, yeah.
One of the few little, places from the past.
You've been here a long time now, haven't you?
Yes, since 04.
Yeah. So it's been a while. Got the wood stove going. Dennis, are you there over on your side?
Yes, I am. I can hear you good there.
All right.
Yep. Yeah.
The neat. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, my feed to Facebook wasn't working, so it's going good on YouTube. So I'm just going to paste the YouTube link on Facebook so it's there. All right. Get that up. So it'll be definitely a big delay for people that were on Facebook if they find it, but it is up now. don't know if I'll be able to access comments though, but we'll see. Anyway,
Oh.
yep, we got it up.
Well, I was just saying the atmosphere here is the Strubal's Barber Shop in Sparta. It's a beautiful little location, and Adam Strubel has been cutting hair since 2004 at this location. He also got trained to be a beautician, I think. He could style women's hair, put a foil on. He can do it all. But you know what? Most of the guys here aren't doing that.
I was just thinking about coming in for that. Yeah.
I mean, no, I don't think you need a foil. I really think it's cool. Adam rides a motorcycle when the weather's right. It's a great place. He had a long career after this guy named Virgil. I think he was cutting hair for, what, 40, 50 years? A long time. That's what makes small towns so connected, is the local barbershop.
Oh, yeah.
That is cool. Adam, you're such a good sport. I put Adam a clip in the kids movie I did a long time back. The boys and I used to come in here and we'd get our haircuts. I have 4 boys, so we'd keep him busy. And man, the local talk at the barbershop and the good times and just sharing and swapping what's going on in the world as we see it. And that's what's neat about it.
Oh, nice.
I was just saying now, but you can see this, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. There he is working. It's just a neat place. Not very busy today. Sometimes they're lining up. Depends on what's going on. And you know, Adam still is good to close for certain seasons when it's hunting season. What do you close for? Turkey, or is it deer, or is it both?
Both.
Both. Turkey and deer season are important enough to close, but he's
Oh,
here.
yeah. Well,
He's here.
You gotta go out and get you some
I think
food.
Tuesday through Saturday. If you folks are into small town nostalgic places and you live near Sparta, that's the place to go. Sparta. It's east of Ozark. A lot of you guys in Springfield don't get out here, but maybe you could try.
Yeah, I heard rumors there was something out there, but I've never really looked.
Well, have you been to Ozark?
Yeah, I go to Stained Glass Theater there quite a bit.
Yeah, so if you go east on 14 Highway, you'll find it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep,
Yeah,
it's beautiful. It's a little town. It's quiet, but it's got its own feel.
Yep, quiet.
I live down beyond Sparta in Oldfield, so I'm down at the Crossroads community, and they're even smaller. They have a little post office, churches, and a packing plant. And come deer season, a lot of people get their meat processed there. So that's
Nice.
kind of the way it is.
Are you open or are you open?
It's just another day in the winter time. Here's some more customers coming in.
Good deal.
Yeah. So atmosphere, you know, it's kind of like Andy Griffith, where you get the atmosphere. There's pictures of Norman Rockwell.
Everybody sits around and talks about what's happening at the
That's it.
town.
Yeah. There's the wooden cane.
I know, it is. Hell, why you shoot a porno flick in here?
Yeah. Doing a live video.
What kind of weird shit?
It's crazy stuff. I used to come in here with my kids and say, hey, I'm experiment. I know. It's like, look at all this old stuff. I'm going to make this guy. I'm showing the wall here. This is some baseball nostalgia. We got the old Louisville Slugger. You guys remember the Louisville Slugger?
Oh, yeah.
Right there. Old Pepsi, 5-cent Pepsi. Cardinals, big thing for the St. Louis Cardinals. He's like, man, what are you guys doing in here? Some kind of weird video? Well, yeah, kind of. Adam, it's warmer than in my car. That's why I was doing that. It's always nice to see the guys at Strubal's Barber Shop. And fire in the wood stove. That's a good thing. That's what's going on. So, well, gentlemen, have a great day.
Hey, John.
Take care. We've bothered them long enough, but it was a little nostalgic time for me.
I like the old barber shop, and I used to be here every 3 weeks or so, every month, get my hair cut with the kids. Good times.
It's Johnny Rooster live on the scene.
That's right. And I was considering, because of this, Dennis, I'm interested in doing remote on the spot things like this.
Mm-hmm.
And if it comes through okay, I'll do them around Springfield too, for sure. But that's what my intent is. I like this if it's possible. I don't know what
the
your
biggest
thoughts are
issue
on
is
that.
the internet connections and that type of thing. So
Exactly. Yeah, it's if it's cutting out a lot, maybe if I were in Springfield, it'd be an easier idea. Is that true?
it all depends on, like, when you're using the your cell service, there's going to be spots that are hotter than others depending on your service.
All right.
So it's all kind of hit and miss a little bit.
Well, I hope that was kind of visually a little more exciting than just sitting here. And it's just fun to take a look around at some of these places. Don't try this at home. That's right. We're doing this thing as kind of a new territory for Axe Media Group, looking at options for broadcasting. To me, Dennis, this opens up a new world of options. So, you know it. Just for fun. Johnny Dennis.
Now Johnny got distracted. He's like, wait, what are they saying on here?
Yeah, you got it. What is the scrolling actually saying? You don't want to be lied about.
Well, I did mention you were crazy.
Yeah, Larry.
And if Larry adds comments, it'd be a real mess.
Plug Larry. That's good. The faithful listener, Larry. There's nothing wrong with that. Nope. We definitely like to have fun, give somebody something new. You see that?
Yep.
Got a little strobe light here. Yeah, we're flashing lights. All right. So one time I was here in Sparta. I was in a parade at the Halloween parade. It showed up, and wow. My friend and I, we put on masks, and we followed the little kids in the parade in Sparta, Missouri, walking down the street, and all the kids are in their costumes, and there's candy, and there's all things going on. Well, we're back in the back of the parade, unannounced, just showed up. I put on this long trench coat and this mask. It was Alfred Hitchcock, a face mask of the old movie maker Alfred Hitchcock, the bald head and the serious face. Right. And my buddies, he had a full face mask, a head mask of John Wayne. So here's John Wayne and Alfred Hitchcock trailing the kids in the Halloween parade. Now we get down to our little supermarket. That's the end of the parade. And in the parking lot, they announced the winners for each age group competition. Right. And they didn't know. They wanted us to be. They loved us. We were cutting up. He was swatting at me. I was doing a little gestures with him, like sparring with him, and we were in our 20s. So they didn't know who we were. We were fully masked, and the news reporter came up, and here's the funny part. He worked at the newspaper where I worked. I was a newspaper journalist at Ozark, at the Ozark Headliner, and this guy was representing the Headliner as a photographer. I was a reporter, but I was off duty that day, so he didn't know it was me. Right. And he asked me, "What is your name, sir? Because I'm going to put you in the paper." Well, I was the guy that was writing for the paper, so I said, "Oh, Alan Sneeder," or some. I had some quick random name from Ava. I just threw him off. So that name, that fictitious name, got put in the paper. And my picture with my mask and my buddy with masks, we never removed our masks. We're in the paper, and we got a prize. They said, "We want to give you a prize. You did such a great job. We don't really have a category for you, but here's a gift certificate. We got $10 for something." It was a great day.
And nothing like a spontaneous day.
The most fun was just going back to work at the office, at the newspaper,
and
seeing
nobody
that picture
knew.
get printed. And nobody ever knew. In fact, you guys are hearing this. Nobody knew. It's so long ago, nobody cares, but it's fun to tell the story.
You heard it here for the first time. That's right. Johnny Rooster
Another
shares all.
Another costume event was when I went on to well, Halloween just triggered my imagination, so I put on this long black wig, and I was a news reporter, and I'm a serious guy, but I was working up in Buffalo, Missouri, at the Buffalo Reflex newspaper. These were the days before the internet when people would read the paper physical pages, and I walked into the high school to report on something there with this wig that was shoulder-length hair. They all knew me, and they're just like, there's John again, that's him. There's Johnny. But, that's what we do. We just have a little fun, shake it up. People remember you. And Dennis, Johnny Rooster, I'd rather be remembered than forgotten. And it doesn't matter if people love me or hate me or like me or don't like me. I'm after recognition and being remembered. That's it. And when we're remembered, we're talked about. And that's good. Most people say we want recognition. We want to feel important. And for me, it's just the idea that people remember me and they can say what they want, but it's fun to be remembered.
So leaving a little legacy behind. Little
legacy
smile in people's hearts.
Most of the time, I have an interest in making them smile, laugh, not be the same, but not in a negative way. This guy, he's back in this is live, it just went on. And so a guy shows up in the barber behind me. It's Strubal's Barber Shop. And he's like, what are you guys doing? Shooting a porno in here or something?
Yeah.
No. What? These guys will say anything.
He
starts cussing.
Yeah, I wasn't real quick on the mute on that. I was ready after, but yeah.
I was hoping you didn't hear all that. He starts using profanity. I'm like, welcome to small town America. We're in the barber shop. Well, I did, and that's what Rooster did today. So, anyway, yeah.
Johnny Rooster.
I'm glad that you're able to bring a little extra to the audience today. What else you got to say? Is the audio okay? I mean, the video and audio are decent.
Yeah, they're doing okay. Every once in a while, it'll chop a little bit, but it's not like bad. The other day,
help to be right up on the camera?
No, your audio's fine the way
good.
It was. No, it would chop, because of the connection. So like when you were walking out, I think it did a little bit. And there was once or twice in the vehicle, but overall it's not bad. I know the other day we tried it and you were all frozen.
Yeah, it was down at my home in down in a valley, and it's down in the valley. It was not a good signal.
The valley's so low.
Yeah, and it does drop off. The hill blocks the technology towers, so that's what happened.
Well, technically speaking, that's what happened anyway.
Technologically, mask us.
Yeah.
I wanted to plug my book, a shameless plug. You have a lot of books in your house, but this book that I wrote, it's called The Reporter, and it's based on a newspaper reporter, and that's, as I was saying, that was my profession. After I graduated from Evangel College in 1988, I became a newspaper reporter for the local newspaper in Ozark.
Nice.
But so I wrote a book about a reporter that gets caught in a tangle of rumors, and small towns are known for that. And if he gives in to the rumor mill, he's in trouble legally, and his reputation, and his family, and his freedom. So he and another incident takes place that makes him even more guilty. He's already accused of something. It's awful, and it's serious. And the book is really quite a web of thriller suspense. It's kind of like one of those John Grisham novels.
I got you. Well, we're living in a time where people can get in so much trouble just because someone said they said something, or the whole idea of rumors or hearsay and all that kind of stuff. So pretty timely for that.
And definitely, even though the setting of this book is 1989, that way I didn't have to get all snagged up in technology. There's people that have to remember those days when you had to call somebody collect, or you had to use the payphone, or you just
Payphone,
didn't
yeah.
call. And I drove for 3 days, and then when I got to my destination, you just, hey, I'm here, or you don't tell them. It doesn't matter. It's like, yeah, I'm living my life. What do you want to know? We don't check in every 20 minutes like we do in this world.
Right, absolutely.
But yeah, it's a good read. My dad, 84 years old, he read it. First time he picked it up, he couldn't put it down for the first 24 chapters. So I'm just saying, get out there and you can contact me. I've got copies available. That's it. There's my plug.
Nothing like a shameless plug.
And it's fun to write. I am writing the second book. This is a series, so on book number 2, was writing in it this morning. I get at it every morning early, and that's the goal. I'm halfway through the second book.
Nice. Is it a continuation of a story or a different story?
It is. This one concludes on a real cliffhanger, leaves the reader wanting more, kind of tantalizes them with what's next. And if they pick up the second book, it's called The Pastor. It's continuing the same story in the same small town of Sawmill Springs, Missouri, which is a fictitious name, but it sounds plausible.
Yeah, why
Sawmill
not?
Springs. Sounds like a place. Just
And
down
any
the road.
characters in the book do not represent any real living individuals or are meant to whatever they say. I don't know.
And they have all the disclaimers.
Yeah.
And of course, the editor is going to draw something from real life, but hide it cleverly.
Right.
Says,
Names have been changed to protect the innocent.
Yeah, or the guilty. Right?
Yeah, it's probably they probably need more protection than the innocent.
Maybe even the guilty get protected. I know there's a lot of times when God has created people, He put the variety in them, and then He gave them free choices, like free will, and lets them make decisions that may embarrass God if He was your full Father. Embarrass Him. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He's our Heavenly Father. He created us, and we're doing things that sometimes might cause Him not to be happy.
Oh yeah.
What I say with that, everybody is a child of someone, and how you represent your parents and your heritage and your reputation is a big deal. And that's what that book I wrote is about. It's like how you represent yourself matters.
Yeah.
It gets people, that's how they communicate about you.
Well, yeah, and you're not just representing your family or your God, but also, you know, those of us that work, we represent our business in some way, our communities, you know, our neighbors, and there's so many people we interact with that are in our lives in different ways and places that we interact that we really do represent in some way, some more than others, obviously, but you're starting to break up a little bit. I don't know why, because you're not moving.
I noticed that. I saw that I looked like I was staring you down with a glare.
Yeah.
It was really eerie. I'm like, look at me staring at you without flinching. It's like,
Well,
if you could win the stare eyes contest. But I wondered about that, Dennis. Is there a reason that might be breaking up more?
oh, it might just be other people using it, you know, bandwidth being solar flares. I mean, who knows? So many things. That
Yeah.
could be, yeah. And we know you don't have the strongest signal because it does break up a little bit. So, and that's the
Yeah,
big
so it's
difference.
not a great one. Well, if I try this again in Springfield, I would theorize that I would have better results.
Yeah, yeah.
Would that
Cells
be
are
true or
interesting
not?
because there's hot spots. I guess you could. Well, I don't know if that's really a legitimate
Okay.
term, but it works for imaging. You know, look at those little circles. You know, like so where there's a
Yeah,
tower, little circle.
sure.
And so there's areas where it's stronger than others, and then there's going to be areas where people are using it more than others, and it might use up some of the bandwidth. So, you know, time of day could make a difference. Again, even solar flares, things like that, whatever. You know, other interference in the atmosphere. There's so many things.
Is there
Because I know, like,
anything technology-wise that can improve that? Are there factors? I'm taking a picture of this screen. It looks so cool.
oh,
So
yeah.
is there a way to improve that with improved technology, or is
Here's
it
our
always
other one.
susceptible?
Well,
I need to
yeah, you're
screenshot
always gonna
that.
have some of that. I know there's like for Wi-Fi and stuff, they have different boosters you can get and things like that. But in some ways, you're kind of at the mercy of where you're at.
Are we on YouTube or Facebook or
The
both?
main one is YouTube. I put a link on Facebook, but I don't know if it sure doesn't look the way I want it to on Facebook. I don't know if it's. Yeah, I think if you go to
I'm
Facebook,
checking out.
you end up clicking it and it'll just take you to YouTube. I don't know if I can share it,
I'm pulling up YouTube right now.
but it's definitely on
This is
YouTube.
AMG. Okay. Whoops. Well, it says live, so I'm hitting that. Just got to see what's going on. Okay, there it is. I muted it so we don't hear any echo.
Good plan.
And I don't know. I was thinking.
So we don't hear.
Yep, I've just listened and it sounds good. Didn't break up, but I
Nope.
can tell when the video starts flickering.
Yeah, video usually stops first, and then the sound after that. Because I've done
Makes
some
sense.
before where I was traveling with my daughter shooting some stuff, and we would hit spots with weaker signals, and the sound was fine, but the video was like. So the whole time, we're like.
Yeah, it's jumping.
The audio was good, but we're it was like pull the audio off of it.
I'm definitely grateful that you're willing to do this, and it helps like with the content for a broadcast for more programming. But it's just a good way to experiment and find out. All right, I'm going to turn that down. So I've got 3 devices going here in my car. Look at that.
Yeah, no, if they're all using the
That's
same
fun.
signal, then that might eat up your bandwidth.
That'll probably slow
where
her down
It
too.
doesn't work as good, yeah.
Isn't that fun?
I'm turning your audio off there. No, I can't hear you. I'll turn you back on in a second. That'll teach you. See what happens. You can hear me, but I can't hear you. Okay, now I can hear you.
Okay, craziness is over.
I muted
But
you
yeah,
for a second.
I do appreciate the willingness on your part to put this together and see how things roll. There's so many nice, fun little things in a small town, and if you guys, I don't know if we can see any comments on YouTube. Usually you can.
Yeah, I got the chat up so I can see it, but yeah, I haven't had any
Sometimes
comments.
people aren't watching or they're not talking. That's all right. It's new.
Well,
I want to build an audience.
We came on late and have had issues
Yep.
the last couple of days because of snow, so it's a lot of people are catching it afterwards rather than the live that normally would. And I'll have to figure out why my Facebook didn't stream properly. I'm not sure what I messed up there, but I need to look at that. So.
Are you able to do this again Monday and Wednesday? I've got there's some more weather issues that might interfere. I've moved my guests towards Friday and beyond for next week and beyond.
I've got a feeling, I don't know, we have to see what the weather does, but Monday, maybe even Tuesday, I don't know. It may be hard for the guys to get in the studio, so I'll try to do something.
Yeah. So I definitely
for the morning
appreciate
drive,
this little test run. If we can do something on the hour, great. I'm ready to help out if that's helpful.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
get out of the way if it's not.
Well, the biggest issue we ran in for yours is just having a strong enough signal. Definitely.
So if I was in this signal now, would that be an acceptable signal, or do you think it would?
It seems to work okay. Again, sometimes different days it may be different, but at this point, there's been a little bit of cutting out and stuff, but it's not so bad that it would make me want to tune out if I was watching it.
Before it was not watchable. Obviously, it was too broken.
No, it was pretty bad before.
Yeah.
It was fun. I had a lot of fun doing it. I had fun watching it.
You can make fun of it, but
yeah, but not necessarily the quality we're looking for.
Other than utter chaos, yeah.
Yeah, which is good.
It's good
we don't mind that.
It's fine to be able to do this. I don't know if anybody tuned into this. It would be unusual, and you'd wonder about them. Why are you watching this?
What did you get out of that?
You start to question the audience at that point. Yeah, we know we're experimenting. What are you doing with
Oh,
your
don't-
time today?
Don't I have better use of my time? What is going on here?
Yeah, it's like, why are you watching this? Of all the options.
Yeah.
But we do want to bring programming that people are interested in, engaged in, and my goal is I've got a variety show coming, and I'm calling it Johnny Rooster Live. I'm putting together some more content that involves the businesses, the nonprofits, and the performers in a delightful, I say, surprisingly fun way. So if you will go to johnnyroosterlive.com, anybody that might be watching this, you get a medal for being perseverant watching this one.
No doubt.
But johnnyroosterlive.com is a place for a guest. It has a guest sign-up form if you want to be on the show, and that would be a performer of some kind of an artist, or you are a business owner, have your own business, or you're in a nonprofit. Those are the three categories I want to feature on my show.
Yeah, that'd be great.
So,
Yeah, I did this morning. Actually, I shot another show while the morning drive was going on. I shot one with a Roman Catholic friend of mine that I know, talking about unity in Christ through the Holy Spirit, kind of for the church side of
Great.
things. So, got a lot of stuff going
That's good.
on. A lot of things we're getting together. Yeah, that one I just filmed, put it in the can, and then I'll do a little post production on it before I put it out.
Well, I've got maybe a question along those lines. There's some production that I've got ready, and it's in different lengths. Some things are shorter, some things longer, and there's another YouTube channel that I have that I want to have that material available. Is it possible? I asked somebody, and they said, yeah, it might take some time, but it is likely you can take content from your existing channel. Do you know anything about that, of how to make that programming available?
So you're wanting to do it.
I have existing content on a YouTube channel that's mine, and it's a marriage theme, and there's 70 plus videos, and they would be good for content for the afternoon or for some slot that's currently not filled. It would really work well. And I know Jim likes the idea of putting more material, more content, more programming.
Sure.
Is there a way to do that?
Yeah, download them off of YouTube, and then they can actually be streamed live. So you'd basically do something. Let's see if I can do it this way. Not a problem. Okay, you see how I just kind of cut to a video there? Did you see that? Okay, so that was like something I feel.
So the downtown Springfield police.
Yeah, that was a shooting downtown the other day.
Okay,
I was there.
To that.
Yeah, so you can do that where you can actually take the video and then stream it within your video. I turned the volume off on it because there were some people around using language I didn't want on there.
Yeah. Right.
So you can say, okay, and here we go to, and then you can cut to it, play it, and do that. You can do it as a live show. So you do some commentary before, stream it.
Oh, good.
After.
Oh, that's perfect, Dennis.
Yeah.
Now, so how would that become, like, that could be done right away or any time?
Well, you just have to.
Or would it need something? Would it need something else to make that a reality?
No, you just need to download it. You have the file, and then you just need someone running your production that can do it for you. So.
Okay.
It's not too hard. Biggest thing is learning curve and just learning how to do this stuff. I know for Matt and Jay, they're so busy doing the show that it's hard for them, and they're still working on doing a lot of the physical setup of all the cameras and sound. So it's hard to add new things to their mix. So it's just, it's a process. But most of it's correct. Most of it's not too hard. But then when you do it, you always run into one little glitch here, another little glitch there, and then so.
Yeah, you want to be able to do that, and I don't want to be distracted like Matt and Jay are distracted. I'm distracted. I'm trying to do a show. They're trying to do a show. Production side, that's hard to do. Hard to navigate all of that.
Yeah, it'd be really nice if we had someone in studio that could do the production side of it, helping with the volume and all that kind of stuff. So Matt's not jumping up to adjust the volume or someone that's there.
I put out some feelers for having a student or a younger person or even anybody that had time and interest in just helping out that way. That'd be a real blessing to
Yep.
commit that time to a production.
Wait, let me
I'm
see if I can
moving
do
here
it.
just to see what's going on. I'm doing an experiment with you.
Okay.
Moving.
I
Moving
was
to a
trying.
little grocery store parking lot.
Why
Safely.
not?
Does
Right,
the
wait,
audio and video survive when I move?
there's a bunch of static like you're opening a plastic bag or something. Bag of chips.
So maybe it's finished. So now I'm stationed again. Oh, maybe it's my bad. I don't know.
Ooh, now it sounds really bad. Oh, you're gone. Oh well. It might be the end of that experiment. All right, I'm going to stop now for the safety of all involved.